fun. Life just turns into an adventure, and you see life for what it is, and you're able to really be unconditioned from all the teachings of the world, from all the ways that have been pushed upon us, from all the lies that we've been fed our entire lives. So many lies, and people are living on these lies, and their worth and their value is in this monetary system and in this material system, and that's not where it is. It has to be in the system of love, mutual respect for each other and caring about each other, like truly caring, not just being like, oh yeah, I saw a bum, so I gave him $5, and even to call somebody a bum is kind of weird, like, you know what I mean? It's beautiful.
How do you find food, places?
Well, I mean, I have. Actually, we do get food off. I have found food off the land. The further east you go, there's a lot of fruit growing up. But I mean, I was staying at an organic farm / sanctuary, and they grew their own food. And it's with food. I'm living in a tent right now, kind of living out of a backpack. It's something that I wanted to do for a long time, because I'm just like, the material wealth to me didn't mean anything. I really wanted to be simple and kind of just let go of everything. Sold everything I had, and I'm living out of my backpack. And this past 2 months, I've been the happiest I've ever been. I've really just understanding that God lives inside of you, and there's a paradox that people travel all over the world trying to figure out who they are, but you are who you are. You don't have to go anywhere. You have to look inside yourself. That's where you are. That's who you are. And sometimes you need that, because experience teaches you. Experience, there comes a point where a lot of people understand that there's no such thing as coincidence. You have to set different experiences to learn from them, and the minute you stop learning from every single experience, whether it's positive or negative, there is no positive or negative. Every experience is positive, even if it might not seem like it on the cover. You can learn from it. You can grow as a person. You can build your character. You can build who you are. But it all starts with understanding that you are loved. A lot of people, it's sad to say, they won't realize that in this lifetime. And but it's kind of our job to be the light, to the world, and to spread that love. And to really.
What do you think are the biggest cultural swings or shifts you've seen since from California? Like growing up in California, or you grew up there?
I'm actually from the East Coast.
Okay, East Coast. So coming here from mainland U.S., what are some of the cultural differences?
It's been part of the United States for the past 60 or some years, and it doesn't feel like the United States at all. I mean, for the most part, it has been kind of, the government has kind of been here and kind of. This area here is very. I was talking to somebody about it earlier. It's not very developed. In the underdeveloped parts, you can really get to the heart of people. You can really get to the heart of what people want, and a lot of people, they don't want this. They don't want the development. They want to live in peace and live off the land and live in communities. Because in general, that's what the church is supposed to be, a community. People who care about each other, who are going to be there to help each other. They don't have to rely on the government. That's not faith. If you were to take God out of an average American's life on the mainland, their lives wouldn't change. They don't have faith. They can rely on the Social Security and the government to take care of them, and nothing would change. They can rely on their jobs because it's being provided by the government or whatever. There's no movement in faith. It all starts in love, but you have to take steps. And my advice would just be to follow your heart. If you feel a calling to do something, do it. If you're passionate about something, do it. Don't waste any time, especially now, because I believe there's going to be a big spiritual shift where people talking about the end times, and they have all these prophecies and stuff in the Bible talking about the blood moons are coming here shortly. I don't know if you guys know about that or anything.
A revelation.
Yeah, a little revelation talk. And people are scared, and it's nothing to be scared of, because it's not going to be the end of the world. It's not going to be Armageddon. It's just going to be a new shift. It's going to be a understanding of the way God intended life to be. People are going to wake up and be like, wow, we've been manipulated. And for the most part, it's not the population's fault. When you were indoctrinated and you've been lied to your entire life, that's what you believe. And then when you start getting that yanked underneath you, you start losing security. What do you put your faith in then? That's why connecting to God, connecting to who you are is very, very important now. I sure hope everybody here is on that path. It's just you guys are here all here for that.
You guys got any questions for him? That's
I feel like I'm on the spot right now. I just met him and he was like, oh,
come over and talk to these guys. I say that because there's been times in my life where I'm like, it'd be just epic to like just pick up and leave everything behind, even if it's just a short amount of time on a journey like that for myself. So it's cool to talk to somebody who's doing it. It's been life changing.
It is life changing. To have faith and know that you're going to be okay no matter what. Even if I was to, I don't believe in death anymore. You know, like death is not a real thing. You know, in the Bible says, you know, death, where is your sting? You don't die. You don't die. When you are living in love and you are living a life full of grace, and there's, you know, only good things can come. Your life can only get better. And my life is, especially in the past couple of weeks, I met this couple, and to see people living in a place of love, like, and that's their main goal. Literally, that's their goal, is just to love, and that is it. It has changed my life in the past 2 weeks.
Life ambition.
Yes. Instead of, you know, oh, I'm gonna try to go to work, I'm gonna try to get a college education and do this and that. And all that stuff is good and all, but what's the intent behind it? You know, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to get money? Are you trying to build a house? What is that gonna do for you? You know what I mean? It's not gonna give you security. And it's kind of hard. It's because our minds are so mangled that to think that like a person with not much material things and living out of a backpack can be happier than somebody with a mansion and traveling and just seeing people and meeting people and just being loved and being able to love. There's nothing more beautiful than that. That's what we were created for. We were created to enjoy each other's company, to enjoy each other, to help each other, to be there as a human race.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not just denominations or different religions. In my opinion, religion in general is keeping people from the full potential of being able to love each other unconditionally in a spiritual sense, understanding that we're eternal beings. And that is a very deep spiritual truth to understand that we are eternal beings and that, you know, our spirits live forever. You know, there's nothing to be scared of. Fear, once you learn to live life in a place of love, fear has no place. And actually, we make decisions out of four distinct emotional places, which is love, joy, anger, and fear. You know, what do you want to be living in? You want to be living in anger and fear, or do you want to be living in love and joy?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's so simple, but it's like it's people aren't practicing it. And now is the time. Now is the time right now. And a lot of people are waking up, and you know, I intend that all of you guys are here and you guys are going to experience something very big. You just have to want it. You have to want it more than anything. That's why I'm here.
Can I pray for you, Dave?
Absolutely.
Lord, thank you so much for introducing me to David today, and just for having him share his heart with me and that journey and what it's like. I'm excited for him and the journey that he's on. I just ask you to show up in big ways, that you show him the way, and that he is able to love, Lord. He's able to love within your bounds and no one else's. And he's able to follow your laws and no one else's. Lord, that in doing that, he'll touch other people and bring them to places that they've never been spiritually. Lord, that you'll use David like you used King David to lead people in this idea and this thought and foundation of love based on your laws, based on what you have said is right and true and pure. Lord, I just ask that you give him a double portion of that you never allow him to go hungry, that you watch over his physical body and his health, and as he journeys, Lord, closer to you, that he'll find you. Everything that he sees, every experience that he has, every group of people that he meets, I just ask, Lord, that you protect him and help him continue to journey into your plan. And thank you, Lord.